Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Great Debate. For our first crucial question, we call on Correspondent David Stinkley.
Thank you, Walter. Mr. President, inflation is out of hand. How fast would you say prices are going up? Governor Reagan, why do you think a change in the White House administration is necessary at this time?
Well, we just can't keep on living like we're living. We just can't keep on.
For our next question, here is Correspondent Barbara Wawa.
Thank you, Walter. Governor Reagan, you've spent your entire political career in California. Why do you want to come to Washington?
I love the nightlife. I've got to forget.
Mr. Carter, you've come out in favor of the women's draft. If females do get inducted into service, any ideas on the official uniform?
How about a pair of pink sidewinders and a bright orange pair of pants?
Mr. Carter, you've won several important elections. What would you say is the mark of a good campaigner?
You got to know when to hold up, know when to fold up.
Mr. President, in view of our dependence on other countries for oil, what have you done about the energy crisis?
Governor Reagan, according to your itinerary, you're spending all your time in the North and West. Why have you chosen not to campaign in the South?
Oh, it's too hot.
Mr. Reagan, you've done a lot of research on the president's background. What have you discovered about his character while he was governor of the state of Georgia?
Everyone considered him the coward of the county.
Mr. Carter, Governor Reagan has accused you of a wad of political double talk. What's your response to that accusation?
The hip, hop, the hip, hop, you don't stop.
Well, Mr. Reagan, the president claims his policies have helped to curb inflation. Do you believe that the recession has finally come to an end?
Fool if you think it's over.
Mr. President, what do you think of some of the unflattering things that Senator Kennedy has said about you?
Let me tell you that it's so bad.
Mr. President, when you told your brother Billy not to get involved in international affairs, what was his reply?
I don't care what you say anymore. This is my life.
And in view of what has happened, what is your relationship with your brother now?
Why we don't talk anymore.
Mr. Reagan, you've stated that if elected to office, you would cut the expense of housing foreign dignitaries. Where would you put them?
Mr. President, your opponent claims to have the answers to all our problems. What do you have to say about that?
Don't fall in love with a dreamer.
Mr. President, where do you place yourself in the Washington political scene?
Top of the list, king of the hill.
Mr. Reagan, some reference has been made to your age. In view of your years, what are you doing to keep in shape?
Well, I'm older now and still running.
Mr. Carter, what would you say is the cause of the growing problem of the population explosion?
And one final question. This one for our listening audience, the American public. What do you think of all this politicking?